Good evening, Malawi and beyond. You are tuned in to Global Pulse News, where politics never sleeps, it just changes its outfit. And today, my friends, we've got a serious political chili pepper sizzling on the grill. Jesse Kabwira, the MCP firebrand himself, has turned up the heat, and oh, the smoke is visible all the way from Lilongwe to Blantyre. Yes, Amopanikisa Lero, Kabwira has been pressed, questioned, and pushed right into the spotlight on Times as the internal cracks within the Malawi Congress Party are widening like the potholes after rainy season. MCP, the very party that once prided itself on unity and legacy, now finds itself in what people are calling the most uncomfortable family meeting of the decade. Today, we break down 6 sharp facts about this drama that's sending shockwaves through Malawi's political circles. From power plays to personal pride, from party meetings to whispered alliances, we've got it all served up with insight, spice, and maybe just a dash of sarcasm. So, sit tight, grab your cup of tea or your Fanta, and let's jump right into it. Because when Jesse Kabwira talks, politicians stop pretending they didn't hear. Alright, buckle in. Here's fact number 1, and trust me, it's not for the faint-hearted. Let's start where the storm began. Jesse Kabwira, a veteran communicator within the MCP, suddenly finds himself under heavy fire, not from the opposition, but from inside his own political home. Imagine this, a spokesperson being told by his fellow members to tone it down, yet doubling down and saying, no, let me speak my truth. That's Kabwira for you. Calm voice, fiery words, and a headline magnet. Sources inside MCP describe a series of tense exchanges leading up to his Times appearance. Reports say Kabwira felt cornered as some party bigwigs accused him of stirring up unnecessary noise. But Kabwira wasn't backing off. Oh no, he practically took that pressure, microwaved it, and served it right back to the leadership with extra heat. He went on air and dropped lines that made viewers choke on their enzima. We must be honest about the issues in MCP, he said, voice steady, tone sharp. The message, stop hiding behind titles, fix the problems. And that's exactly where the political audience went, eesh, he really said that on live TV? Oh yes, he did, and he meant it. But hold your applause, because fact number 2 shows us that this fire didn't start yesterday. It's been smoldering for months. For those thinking this was a one-day drama, nope. This tension has been brewing since way before October. Kabwira has been sounding alarms about lack of transparency, and it seems those inside the MCP executive corridors preferred silence. He's been saying, in that signature tone, if you don't address the cracks, one day the roof will leak. Well, the rain has come. Inside sources mention the rising frustration over meetings that were postponed again, and then postponed some more. The Mikangano that Kabwira spoke about, those internal disagreements were swept under the rug for too long, and now that rug has tripped up the whole living room. Even senior members reportedly whispered that the communication strategy was confusing and outdated. Kabwira, being the communications man, couldn't stand that. He said what most people in the party chat groups were thinking, but were too scared to say out loud. He's been with the Congress family for years. This is not a new voice shouting from the gate. It's a member from inside the house saying the smoke is real. And if you think the tension ends there, oh my friend, fact number 4 is where politics meets pure theater. When Jesse Kabwira sat down on Times TV, it wasn't a casual chat, it was a showdown. From the very first minute, you could feel the tension through the screen. The anchor's face said interview, but Kabwira's face said mission. He started calmly, with that composed Malawian confidence. We are a disciplined party. Then boom! Within minutes, he was openly addressing rifts inside the MCP, hinting that certain individuals were misusing their positions. The audience leaned in closer. Viewers at home were like, did he just say that on live TV? Oh yes, he did. And he meant it. By minute 6, the chat groups were on fire. People were clipping quotes, posting memes, and debating whether Kabwira was brave or reckless. Some said he was defending the soul of the party, others said he was sabotaging it from within. But whatever your view, one thing was clear. He refused to play the quiet card. His statement that having regrets doesn't mean you failed hit differently. That's not a man apologizing, that's a man declaring war on complacency. Now that the words are out, what happens next? Let's talk about fallout. Fact number 4. After that time's appearance, the MCP corridors must have sounded like a hornet's nest. Phones ringing nonstop, meetings being called, people suddenly remembering old loyalty pledges. It's like every faction wanted to say, "We were not the target," while secretly checking if they were. Insiders say Kabwira's remarks were not received well by some in the National Executive Committee. There were whispers about disciplinary review, calls for clarification, even murmurs that someone might be shown the door. But Kabwira stood firm. He doubled down, reminding everyone that the MCP stands for accountability, not silence. What's ironic? Some party members who were once vocal critics of government silence are now being accused of creating the same silence within their own home base. Kabwira called it out, and now the room is uncomfortably quiet. As one political analyst put it, Kabwira might be the spark, but MCP's fire was already burning. Whether you support or scold him, he's forced the nation to look at the party differently. And trust me, fact number 5 takes us right into the nerve center, the executive battle lines. Behind those mahogany doors, things are intense. The National Executive Committee reportedly met with near full attendance, about 98% according to insiders. That alone shows how serious this matter has become. Everyone wanted to see who'd flinch first, who'd defend Kabwira, and who'd act like they just came to observe. During the meeting, discussions reportedly turned to party discipline and public messaging. Translation, who's talking too much and who's not saying enough. But in Kabwira's defense, he wasn't breaking ranks. He was demanding clarity. This internal wrangling is not just about communication, it's about leadership direction. The MCP knows 2025 isn't far away, and voters are watching. You can't campaign with internal chaos echoing behind you. Kabwira's insistence on transparency may hurt feelings, but it also forces the party to clean its mirror before facing the public. Rumors say the meeting ended with no conclusive resolution, meaning the tension lives on. But one thing's certain, Kabwira's voice can't be ignored anymore. We've heard the noise, seen the fallout, but what does it mean for the road ahead? Let's unpack fact number 6. Every politician has a defining moment, and for Jesse Kabwira, this might be it. By going public with his frustrations, he's risking political isolation, but he's also building credibility among ordinary Malawians who crave honesty. He's made himself the face of truth-telling inside a party struggling to maintain its brand of unity. His gamble? That the public will see him as the voice of reason, not rebellion. Whether that works depends on how the MCP leadership reacts. Will they embrace reform or close ranks and push him out? For now, the court of public opinion is buzzing. Kabwira has sparked conversations in markets, buses, and barbershops. It's rare to see someone speak this boldly in Malawian politics without being labeled finished, but the man seems unfazed. The irony? His push for transparency might actually save the MCP from deeper cracks if they choose to listen. But if they silence him, they risk confirming everything he warned about. So, what's the final takeaway? Let's wrap it up strong. And there you have it, the saga of Jesse Kabwira versus the walls of silence. A man under pressure, a party under fire, and a nation watching with popcorn in hand. Whether you support or scold him, you can't deny the man has guts. Malawi's democracy thrives on open conversation, and maybe, just maybe, Kabwira's microphone moment will push everyone to do better. Because if truth-telling feels like rebellion, maybe the problem isn't the messenger. As always, this is at Global Pulse News, your window into Africa's political heartbeat. Don't just watch, be part of the conversation. Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next explosive update. And hey, if you've got kids at home, make sure they're learning something fun while you follow the news. Check out our sister channels at Sparkling Kids and at Rayma Fatima for smart, entertaining learning content for children. Until next time, keep your pulse global, your mind sharp, and your facts checked. I'm your host name, signing off. Stay informed, Malawi.